to get busy.
Yes, it is. Because the countdown is on. 4 days until the Cowboys report to training camp. We're going to give that a little gunfire. Remember, when you come in, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Please catch me on my lives, and that's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 6 and 7. Please be looking for the notifications. Come in, enjoy the live. Let's talk. Let's talk Cowboys. Let's talk whatever you want. Hell, we'll talk ping pong. I don't care. Anyway, my name is Biscuit. Welcome to an episode of Getting Busy. And with that being said, let's get busy. And welcome. As y'all say, the countdown is on. We got 4 days left before the training camp. I think it's the 27th. They're reporting, so it's the 23rd. We actually got 4 days to go, man. So Cowboys will be reporting to training camp next week. Just in a few days. Think about that. It all starts. We're going to be having our team together with no drama. No drama. I mean, we got to get behind that, man. Nobody's holding out. Nobody's holding in. There's no people demanding big contracts. We've got a full team together. I've been waiting to see this. I'm not used to it. I'm all giddy, man. So I don't know how to act. Anyway, I was talking yesterday about some things that's going on. Like I want to talk about the offensive line, about Tyler Guyton. The pressure's on. They're going to make him work and make him earn it this year. And I'm all behind Tyler Guyton 100% because he's a first-round draft pick for one. And the fact that before they drafted him, I was predicting they were going to draft him. So I was giving myself a pat on the back. I don't want to see him fail. Now, with that being said, we know that he has work to do. And one of the biggest things he has to do is stay healthy. I think being healthy he's going to have his third year. I think he should have a very good year. I'm hoping. Now, obviously, training camp's going to decide whether or not if that's going to pan out or not, because they are letting Nate Thomas challenge for the left tackle position. So, but it's Tyler Guyton's position to lose. So I'm 100% behind him. I know he's got a lot of athletical ability. He's big. He's strong. He's got them long arms, and that's what I love the most, man. It's them long arms. Keep them guys back. Just protect my 33-year-old quarterback, man, because we keep Dak up on his feet. Dak will just cut them secondaries up, man. So that's what we want. And I'm going to stay on the offense a little bit. Obviously, the big thing was defense. The Cowboys have made they totally took this off season, and they went all in on defense. You've got to give them the credit. They have done that. We got a new defensive coordinator. We got an entire new defensive coaches. So it's going to be, obviously, it's going to be a learning curve. And let's not expect it, regardless of what Vegas is saying, let's just tone it down a little bit. Let's take baby steps. And so today I want to talk about one of the things that I think is very important, and that's our tight end. Obviously, Jake Ferguson had a career year last year with getting us to the Pro Bowl, and I think he got 9 touchdowns. I'll take that all day. But what I didn't like is, as a complete combined room, they got 600 yards. He got the lowest yards per catch of anybody that had over 40 catches last year. And, he had 82 catches. Why the hell don't you have 1,000 yards with that? Who knows? And with those two dynamic receivers we got, there's just no way Ferguson should have not had at least 800 yards by himself. Just a few years ago, we had Dalton Schultz, and he did that. But we had a complete room. We had Ferguson, we had Schoonamaker, we had Spanford. Now, to be fair with Spanford, he's not used in passing in the passing game a lot. He's used for blocking, and he's really good at it. But I look for him to step up a little bit this year, and let's get Spanford more involved. far as Schoonamaker, it's time to move on from him. I know he's going to be at camp this year, and you talk about somebody who's going to have some pressure on him. I've seen all I've seen that I want to see of Schoonamaker. He's just not cutting it. He's a second-round pick. That's the only thing that's keeping him on the team, I do believe, is that the fact that he is a second-round pick. I never understood why they picked him when they picked him. You know, it's one of those failures from Michigan that we've had. You know, we've had Taco Charlton, we've had Mozzie Smith, and now we have Schoonamaker. It's just been so much shit that's been a problem with Michigan that my buddy D, he's not even going in on Barham. Now I'm going to stand on Barham. I've seen the tape. I've talked to people. His shit just pops out. So I really think I'm hoping. Let's keep our fingers crossed that Barham ends the Michigan drought, and we get that curse, and he's gonna step up and do things that I believe he can do at linebacker. Now getting back to the tight ends, Schoonamaker, I don't see it. So the Cowboys in this offseason did pick up an undrafted free agent. And I went and watched the tape on his name's Michael Trigg. He come from Baylor. And his tape, man, this kid made some crazy catches. I mean, some crazy catches. So I'm going through YouTube and I come across a video made by Jay's Halftime, and I implore all Cowboy fans to go subscribe to, because this guy did a lot of work and he did a lot of investigation. So without further ado, I'm going to play this video, and I hope you guys like it.
Multiple positions and being able to block through the gaps like they need me to do.
I can play inside and out.
A lot of people look for you to be that breakout player this year. Do you see yourself having that big type of season this year where you can prevail yourself to a NFL prospect?
Yes, sir, I do.
I can basically do whatever you need me to do on the field, honestly. Like, I got all aspects of my game.
There's no dropping it.
Michael Trigg just signed a 3-year deal with the Dallas Cowboys worth $3.1 million with $200,000 guaranteed.
That's a big contract for an undrafted free agent, by the way.
Fifth best tight end in the entire class. He was a Mackey Award finalist. He was also the first All-American tight end in Baylor history. And he held the NFL Combine wingspan record at his position. And then he fell off every draft board. But before we break this down for you, do me a favor, hit that hype button and subscribe if you're new here. And with that, let's go. So what happened?
Give Jay a subscription.
With the longest
Look at the work he puts in on this.
The NFL Combine fall completely off every draft board in just 9 months. Well, if you want to find that out, we got to head to Tampa, Florida. Michael Trigg was born in 2002 in Tampa, Florida. His father, Michael Trigg Sr., was actually a teacher. He used to bring his barbecue grill to school functions on the weekend until some of the teachers told him the food was too good to stay in the classroom. So in September of 2011, Michael Sr. quit teaching and opened up a barbecue restaurant in Tampa's Carver City neighborhood called Conan. He went from selling 2 boxes of ribs a week to over 100. The whole Trigg family worked there. The grandfather, Jon Trigg Sr., is still the pitmaster. Grandmother Brenda makes the sweet potato pie and the bread pudding. As a little kid, Michael Jr. worked the cash register because he was small. By high school, though, he was moving wood for the smoker and working the grill. And all of that is just to show you what kind of family he came from. Michael Trigg's high school career started at Sefner Christian Academy in Tampa. As a junior, he caught 82 passes for 1,232 yards and 16 touchdowns. He also played defensive end. From that defensive end spot, the same year, he had 83 tackles, 24.5 tackles for loss, 11 sacks, and an interception that he returned 94 yards for a touchdown. He did all that as a junior. He also averaged 22.6 points per game on the basketball. He played AAU basketball for the Florida Vipers and had multiple Division I basketball offers. He transferred to Carrollwood Day School in Tampa for his senior year and made the Under Armour All-American team. By the time he committed to USC, he was a 4-star recruit and one of the top tight ends in the entire 2021 recruiting class. He chose USC to play both football and basketball. Michael wasn't the only athlete in the family. His younger half-brother is Michael Williams. In April of 2025, the San Francisco 49ers took Michael Williams with the 11th overall pick of the 2025 NFL Draft. They gave him a 4-year contract worth nearly $25 million. 1 year before Michael went undrafted, his little brother went top 15. But back in 2021, Williams told reporters that the reason he originally committed to USC was because Michael Trigg was at USC. You see, the Triggs brothers was going to play college football together. That plan didn't last. As a true freshman at USC in 2021, Michael Trigg caught 7 passes for 109 yards and a touchdown before he hurt his knee. Then USC fired head coach Clay Helton in September. Michael Williams flipped his commitment to Georgia in October of 2021. Michael would follow his brother out the door during that season. He entered the transfer portal with quarterback Jackson Dart as a package deal. The two teammates ended up at Ole Miss together. In just his second Ole Miss game against Central Arkansas, Trigg caught 3 touchdowns. He tied the school record. He was only the 11th Rebel to ever do it. But unfortunately, injuries would cut his Ole Miss time short. He was suspended for 1 game in 2022, officially a disciplinary matter with no public explanation. Then came a redshirt
No
year.
public explanation. I don't understand that one.
2023, Ole Miss removed him from the roster page entirely. Lane Kiffin's only explanation was 6 words. He's not part of our program. 3 different schools had reached for him. All 3 let him go. But even though the world saw a problem child, the film told a different story. So, Michael Triggs transferred one more time to Baylor. He landed in Waco for the 2024 season. He was suspended for 1 game that September. Same with Ole Miss. A disciplinary matter with no explanation.
I don't understand why they keep saying they're not explaining what happened. They're not putting it in public. That's kind of concerning for me, to be honest. But so we can only imagine: is it bad? Is it good? Is it mediocre? Is it bullshit? Or is it something that they're trying to sweep under the rug if they're not going to release it to the public? Anyway, I don't get it.
3 touchdowns. It wasn't yet what he could be. Then came 2025, the breakout. He had 50 catches for 694 yards and 6 touchdowns in 11 games. That put him second nationally among tight ends in receiving yards. Against Kansas State, he caught 8 passes for 155 yards in 1 game. That was the most receiving yards by a Baylor tight end in any single game in program history. He led every tight end in FBS football with 32 catches of 10 or more yards. He was named the first All-American tight end in Baylor's entire football history. He made first-team All-Big 12 in 2025. But for a few weeks in November of 2025, Michael Trigg was officially one of the 3 best tight ends in college football. Underneath all of it, that same season it produced a different story, one that would shadow him into the 2026 draft. It happened on a Saturday in September. Baylor was at home against Arizona State on September 20th, 2025. The game was a promoted blackout. The team was in all-black anthracite uniforms. First quarter, Michael Trigg was on the sideline wearing a yellow long-sleeved undershirt. Baylor's athletic director, Mack Rhodes, walked up to him, grabbed him by that yellow shirt, and demanded to know why he was wearing it. What Rhodes didn't know is that the yellow sleeve was covering a shoulder brace. Michael Trigg was hurt and he was nursing a shoulder injury for weeks. According to The Athletic,
a yellow shirt, knowing that he has a shoulder injury, and they couldn't have got him a black sleeve shirt. That one I don't get. I mean, was he doing a rebellion? Maybe he was. I don't know. We can only speculate. But rules are rules. They do have dress codes in the NFL that he will have to abide by. So I don't know if he was being a rebel, if he was trying to prove a point on that. I have no idea. But that seems pretty petty, man, to really get in trouble for. So let's continue to watch.
His parents to change their flight home and stay in Waco to speak with the athletic director on Monday. But the tight ends coach told the family, "I'll handle it myself." Mack Rhodes wasn't just any athletic director. In 2025, he was also serving as the chairperson of the College Football Playoff Selection
Ooh,
Committee,
Mr. Johnny
the
Be
public
Good.
face of the most powerful committee in college football. By early November, the Trigg story was out. Baylor's investigation was already closed, but days later, separate allegations against Rhodes emerged. He stepped down from the College Football Playoff Committee. A week after that, he resigned as Baylor's athletic director. The damage to Michael Trigg was already done. So by the time the Combine came around in late February, teams weren't just looking at what he could do on the field. They wanted answers about everything happening off of it too. He measured in at 6'3" and 240 pounds. His arms were 34 1/4 inches long, in the 91st percentile among tight end prospects since 2011.
Sound like something we could use in the red zone.
Then came the wingspan, 84 3/8 inches. That was the 99th percentile, and it broke Pittsburgh Steelers tight end Darnell Washington's record from 2023. Michael Trigg now held the longest wingspan ever measured at the NFL Combine at the tight end position. At his Baylor Pro Day 3 weeks later, Trigg tried to make up for it. He went up for a vertical jump. He landed at 27.5 inches. He pulled his hamstring on the attempt. He had to shut down the rest of his Pro Day testing right there. That's the player who sat through the 2026 NFL Draft and watched all of it pass him by. Round 1, Round 2, Round 3, Round 4, 5, 6, 7. His phone never rang during the draft, but it did ring after. Within minutes of the 7th round closing, draft analyst Ryan Fowler posted the news. The Cowboys are signing Baylor tight end Michael Trigg. Big get for Dallas as one of the top names in the undrafted bucket. So Dallas used their first 2 picks of the 2026 draft on Caleb Downs at safety and Malachi Lawrence at edge rusher, then Jyshawn Barham at linebacker in round 3, then LT Overton at defensive line in round 4. 5 of their 7 picks went defense. They didn't draft a single tight end, but they had a problem at tight end too. Jake Ferguson made the Pro Bowl with 82 receptions in 2025, but his yards per catch dropped to 7.3, the lowest among every tight end in the NFL with at least 40 catches. Dallas needed a vertical threat behind Ferguson, a field stretcher, a mismatch piece. 257 picks were used over 3 days. More than 20 of them were tight ends. None of them were Michael Trigg. His phone never rang during the draft. The Dallas Cowboys had the worst scoring defense in the entire NFL in 2025. We finished the year with 7 wins, 9 losses, and 1 tie. Second place in the NFC East. It was Brian Schottenheimer's first season as head coach, so we gave up 30 points per game, last in the league. We also gave up over 250 passing yards per game, also last in the league. And that is why they call up Michael Trigg. They gave him a 3-year, $3.1 million contract with $200,000 guaranteed. That was among the largest guarantees Dallas has ever given an undrafted free agent. Cowboys tight ends coach Lunda Wells had personally driven to Waco for Trigg's Pro Day. He shadowed him through every drill. Triggs would say that Wells pretty much followed me the whole way around, critiquing everything I was doing, but I like stuff like that. Here's what head coach Brian Schottenheimer said when rookie minicamp opened. We've all seen the highlight reel catches and things that he did at Baylor. It's impressive. You talk about a guy that can stretch the field vertically and make game-changing wow-type plays, attacking the middle of the field. I think that jumps out at you. The Athletics Cowboys beat reporter Jon Machota ranked Trigg as the #1 Dallas undrafted rookie most likely to make the 53-man roster. Here's what Trigg said about going undrafted.
I say more motivating, just putting a chip on my shoulder, honestly.
And asked what he hoped to prove at rookie minicamp, he said, quote, "Just that I belong. I'm trying to stick in the league as long as possible." Michael Justice Trigg was a Dallas Cowboy. He's 23 years old, the son of a teacher who quit his career to bet on himself, the brother of a top 15 pick, the first All-American tight end in Baylor program history, the holder of the NFL Combine wingspan record at his position. Michael Trigg, undrafted out of Baylor, a Dallas Cowboy.
I want to thank Jay's halftime for that, man. That took a lot of work. That's a really good video, and I want to thank him for that. That's pretty awesome. That took a lot of time and effort, a lot of investigation to learn all that. I've watched the highlight on Michael Trigg. I've heard all the I've heard all the noise about him. Really nothing that's really stood out other than he's dropped some balls in key situations is some of the things I've heard. But man, when you go watch his highlight, man, you see somebody who can make some crazy catches. I mean, it's Odell Beckham Jr.-ish, man. It's crazy. I mean, I somewhere in my videos you can find it. I've got it. I think it's somewhere. Just a few weeks ago, I think I made a video of it. Anyway, I'm bringing up Michael Trigg because we got to have something. We got to fix that. We got to fix our red zone offense. And today, Bleacher Report's Gary Davenport has tagged Michael Trigg to most likely be the undrafted free agent to make the team. Trigg, he's 6'4", 240-pound tight end. Trigg in his college career, as you see, had 108 receptions for 419 yards with USC, Ole Miss, and Baylor. So we're not asking him to come in to be the star tight end because supposedly that's supposed to be Ferguson. I do, however, would like to see some big playmaking at the tight end position. Obviously, he's probably got to battle to get to be the third tight end because the starter's going to be Ferguson. It's just he's got the contract. He's our guy. He's Dak's bailout guy. So he's our number one tight end. Number two, it was supposed to be Schoonamaker, but man, like I said, Schoonamaker has got such a. I think he's gonna. I just don't think he's gonna make it past this training camp this year. The only thing that's keeping him where he's at is because of his draft capital. He was a second round pick. I never understood why they picked him. I don't get it. But he was part of that year where you drafted Mozzie Smith, and it was just oh god, not a good draft. So, and you know me, I hold these ridiculous grudges, but it was against Miami. We lost that damn game. We should have never done it. He catches the ball on the 1 yard at the goal line. Actually, all he had to do was do this. That's all he had to do. And he got a touchdown. Instead, he went like this. Away from the goal line. And they stopped him. I mean, I just never could understand how he couldn't just move a few inches and get the ball over the goal line. He had no idea where he was at when he caught the ball. And I've seen enough of him that I'm not sold. I just think that, this undrafted free agent right here can possibly beat him, put us to misery about this Schoonamaker thing and put it to rest. He's not been what we thought he was going to be, second round pick. Actually, I didn't think he was going to be shit. I had no idea why we even drafted him. I just didn't. I didn't understand it, man. So I never did get it. And a few of the content creators that I knew, a few that were there that day, and they were doing content, and they were confused as anybody why we drafted that guy. And here we are going into what year 4 of him. I guess this is fine. This is the year that I'd say he's gone. I say they're going to hand him his walking papers, man. Thank you, but bye. Especially if this guy pans out. I know we're thinking, well, he's an undrafted free agent. It don't matter where you come onto the team. If you got skills, you're going to play. You're going to make money. You're going to play. Undrafted free agents. We got a few of them on our team right now with big contracts. One of them is our kicker. Think about that. Brendan Aubrey, come from the UFL. Signed him. Now he's the highest paid kicker in football. Turpin, he was the MVP in the UFL. He's been an all-pro return man for the Dallas Cowboys for several years now, man. So, and we use him with some gadget plays. So, undrafted free agent, man, it just doesn't matter where you where they come, as long as it doesn't matter where you draft, as long as you come in, you can play. It's all good. So anyway, I wanted to come on talk a little bit about Michael Trigg. I wanted to play that video for you. Like I said, once again, I want to thank Jay's Halftime for that. That's good work. I employ everybody to go subscribe to his page. He does some pretty good stuff. So anyway, what do you think? Think Michael Trigg's gonna make the team? They gave him pretty good. They gave him some pretty good money. They don't just hand money out like that to somebody they don't think is gonna make the team. And according to Gary Rappaport of Bleacher Report, he will make that team. So, I've watched his highlights. I'm more than impressed. So we hope it all pans out because we got to fix this. We got to fix that red zone offense. Obviously, if you know me, you know I'd like to. I pretty much want to run the ball, but sometimes we got to throw it, and we got to have somebody to catch it. You know, I think we should use Pickens more in those situations. But if we can get this guy, if we have somebody like that, if you see some of the acrobat catches he can make, it's fun to watch. It was pretty cool. Anyway, I just wanted to come on for a few minutes, talk a little bit about what it's going to take to get touchdowns in the red zone. Like I've said a million times, us being the number one offense in the league, there's no sense in us settling for these 50-yard field goals. How can we make all these yardage, score all these points, and still be the number one team to kick 50-yard field goals? I don't want to kick 50-yard field goals, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't all, we got to give Brendan Arbery $10 million, man. You know, I wasn't on that train at all. And I've seen a lot of Cowboy fans that were. I said, hell no. No, he's not going to make more money than my running back that runs the ball 15, 16, 17 times a game. He's not going to make more money than my running back. There's just no way. But everybody's thinking about how big his leg is and how hard how far he can kick. There's no sense in it. We don't need to be kicking 50-yard field goals with number one offense in the league, getting all those yards, scoring all those points. We need to cap most of these damn drives off with touchdowns when we get inside the 20-yard line, especially. Stop getting so damn conservative once we get past the 50-yard line. That's bullshit. Just because we got that field goal kicker that can kick them 60 yards. We don't need that. We need touchdowns. It's going to take touchdowns because we can sit here and say, we're going to have this great, Vegas putting Cowboys in. Everybody's talking Super Bowl. Let's tone it down, okay? Stop talking Super Bowl right now. Let's try to get some wins. All right? The first thing we got to do is win some games. We got to get through the season. We got to get through the training camp and preseason. So when Vegas is putting these odds out, these crazy odds, and the Cowboys are right there with the same odds as the Denver Broncos. Come on, the Broncos went to the AFC Championship last year. Let's put that shit to rest. All right? Cowboys didn't even make the damn playoffs last year. They haven't made playoffs in 2 years. So put that shit to rest. Let's win. Let's try to better our team. Figure out who's going to be our backup running back. Who's going to be our tight end? Our tight end core. Make sure our tight end core can get more than 600 yards this year as a cohesive unit, because that was ridiculous. That was more than ridiculous. We should not be settling for that. We need to score touchdowns, and that's going to help us hopefully get back to the playoffs. It's been 2 years. We should not be even thinking about Super Bowls right now. Let's put that shit out there and stop all the nonsense. Cowboy fans, keep your shit together. We don't need to be talking crazy right now. Let's just take it one game at a time. Let's take it one day at a time. Let's figure out who's all going to be on our 53-man roster. This kid here, I really like his tape. I really like that video right there. I mean, like I said, Jay's halftime, that was remarkable. Good job. And so tone it down. Let's get through camp. Let's figure out who our 53-man roster is going to be. Who's going to be our weapons? Are we going to make some trades? Are we going to try to bring some more talent in? Because it's a the NFC is going to look tough this year. The NFC East is going to be better. The NFC, I mean, look at what the Rams have done. I mean, man, so let's tone it down and try to figure out who our 53-man roster is. And you guys think this guy is going to make the team? And if so, you think he's going to make an impact? I believe he can. I've seen the talent. He's got to perform now. He said it himself. The fact that he didn't get drafted, he's bringing in as an undrafted free agent to give him motivation. I don't care where you're drafted or what the hype is behind you. If there's no hype or if there's some hype, and you can come in and make hype for yourself, I'm all for it. Tony Romo was an undrafted free agent. Look what he did. We've had so much success with undrafted free agents at Dallas. This could be another story. The fact that the Cowboys gave him $200,000 in guaranteed money, and which is the most that they've ever gave an undrafted free agent, man. So that's telling me that they really believe that this kid could probably has the potential to do it. So anyway, let's hope that the Cowboys can get that fucking red zone fixed. That makes me sick. I ain't gonna lie. That just absolutely makes me sick. So, red zone fixed. A player like this could really help. Obviously, I'd like to set up and run the ball a little bit more. Maybe we use Phil Maffa in those situations. We'll have to see. But right now, Gary Davenport says this guy is going to make the team. The video, the video is more impressive. His highlight reel is more impressive. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And until next time, you know what it is. We're still them boys. Have a good night.